In this video, we're going to take a look at how not all callbacks are synchronous and not all callbacks are asynchronous. Okay, let's go. So if you read this, you'll see that, spelled as wrong. Some callbacks are async, such as add event listener and set timeout. Okay, so I know I have my h1. Let's do const my h1 is equal to document.query selector, and then we're going to select the h1 element. Now, if we do my h1 dot add event listener, click, let's just function and make it say console.log. Clicked. Okay. And then on the bottom, we're going to console.log end. Okay. So this is synchronous because this thing ran, it added an event listener, right? And that is dependent on user interaction. Okay, so that is asynchronous. That is the reason why we see this console.log end at the end. Okay, because as you know, asynchronous coding works last. So this line ran, this line ran, this gets pushed into something called the call stack, which checks to see if line 4 has ran and line 10 has ran, and all the other extra lines if I have them. And then it runs the async stuff one by one. If I had two asyncs, let's just pretend this is my h2, right? Then line 4 would run, line 14 would run, then it does the async stuff in order. So my h1 would run, and then my h2 would run. Whereas if you have something that's synchronous, let's do console.log begin, and then let's see if we have an array, let's do const arr is equal to 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna do, let's see, let's do arr.map function, then we're gonna take the value, and then we're just gonna console.log value. Okay, now I'm gonna save it and take a look at the right. So we see begin, right? And then this whole thing runs. This is a callback because it took a function as an argument, but it is not asynchronous, it's synchronous. So it runs line by line. That's why you see begin, then this thing runs, then the end. If this was asynchronous, it would go at the end. You know what? Let's try to make it asynchronous. What happens if we put a set timeout in here? Set timeout function. And then we can have this function console.log the value. Let's see what happens now. See? So we have begin, we have end, and then since I did not put a timer on set timeout, it's at 0, but it still displays at the end. What if we put 1000? Same thing. Okay. Now let's move on to the call stack.